Welcome to another journey into the past, where we uncover stories from the old American West you won't find in the history books. Today, we're diving into a little-known side of frontier life, the lives of sex workers and the surprising impact they had on Wild West towns. The American Wild West, a time of cowboys, gold rushes, and outlaws, but behind the dusty streets and saloon doors lay a hidden world where many women found themselves working as sex workers or soiled doves, as they were often called. It was a tough life, often dangerous and stigmatized, but these women were a crucial part of Western society. In the late 1800s, as new settlements popped up across the frontier, jobs were scarce, especially for women. Many saw few choices. If they weren't married or couldn't find legitimate work, the life of a sex worker might be their only option for survival. Despite the hardships, these women created their own communities and took control of their own livelihoods. Saloon girls, as they were often called, lived at the heart of most Wild West towns. They worked in saloons and boarding houses, providing companionship, singing, dancing, and conversation in addition to more intimate services. In many ways, they were the unofficial entertainers of the time, drawing men to saloons and making towns more lively. But why was their role so significant? Well, in towns that relied heavily on the male-dominated industries of mining, ranching, or logging, saloons were often the hub of social life. These women drew business, kept clients spending, and contributed to the local economy in unexpected ways. Many sex workers also became independent entrepreneurs. Some saved their earnings to open businesses, buy property, or even run their own boarding houses. They were skilled negotiators and developed systems to protect themselves in an often violent world. In some cases, they banded together, creating support networks to survive and thrive. While their work was largely tolerated, especially in boomtowns that relied on them, they faced dangers beyond just the occasional rowdy cowboy. Local laws could be unpredictable. Some towns imposed fines, arrests, or public shaming on sex workers. This tension kept their lives perilous and often made them targets of society's prejudice, yet they were resilient, adapting to the harsh laws and environments around them. There were a few remarkable women who left their mark on history. Mary Ellen Pleasant, for example, earned her fortune working as a cook and maid in San Francisco. She eventually became a wealthy and influential woman, investing in businesses and advocating for social justice. Then there's Madame Mustache, an infamous poker dealer and one of the few who openly displayed her identity as a sex worker. Despite the judgment they faced, sex workers were pioneers in their own right. They introduced new forms of entertainment, brought stability to frontier towns, and contributed to the local economy. Their impact is a story often overshadowed by the more famous gunslingers and gold miners, but it's a significant chapter in the history of the Wild West. The lives of these women were filled with hardships, but they found ways to make their mark and survive in a harsh world. Their stories reveal the complexity of the Wild West, reminding us that history is never black and white, and that survival often meant defying the norms of the time.